Hello, this is John Kraz, and I'm going to show you in the next couple videos I'm going to make on how I built a hollow wooden surfboard. The first video is on the wood prep. Here is where I bought some rough cut lumber from the mill. It's Atlantic cedar, white cedar, and western red cedar. It's 1 inch by 6 inches, and I'm going to plane it down and resaw it so I can make the top deck and the bottom deck of the surfboard. I start by planing the wood here, one side on each board, and then what I'm going to do is take it to the joiner, and then I'm going to join one side. So I'll have two sides that are smooth and square to each other. So I prepare for the next step, which is going to be the resawing. Resawing it down the middle into 6mm pieces. So I started off with 1 inch piece, and then I milled it down to a 6mm piece. So I got 3 6mm pieces out of 1 inch piece, which was a lot of yield for that lumber for the wood. And this is going to be for the bottom plank and the top plank of the surfboard, so the main part of it. So here I am, I'm cutting it. You got to put a wedge on the back side so it doesn't pinch the blade as it goes through. Cedar is pretty easy to cut. It's fun. It goes up pretty quick if you have a nice sharp blade, which I did here. So that's gonna keep on milling some more wood. I'm doing enough so I can make the top of the deck and the bottom deck, so I don't have to go back to this process. There's another angle coming in and cutting that piece. And once I cut this piece, I went in and then I cut the next one as well off of it. So I got the 3 6mm pieces. As you can see, I have a pretty good setup here too. I used the fence. I made a big fence out of some melamine I had laying around, so it would support the whole 6-inch wide piece of lumber as I pushed it through. Makes the resawing process much easier. I'm showing a little bit bookmark piece, and here is the western red cedar. You can tell the difference on the darker color. It's going to be in the middle of the board and have some stripes on it. Add a little bit of old school look to the board with the western red cedar. Originally I wanted to go with the western red cedar for the whole board, but the guy at the mill said it was really expensive to go that way. So here now I start the planing of the 6mm pieces, the final planing to get it to actually 6mm. You can see I'm miking it every once in a while just to make sure I get there. I'm doing both sides and getting it as flat as I could. There I go, I mic it again to make sure. This process took some time. Right here it looks like there's about enough wood for 3 surfboards. As you can see, this process took quite some time. I'm still milling here. You can see the change of clothes. It took more than 1 day to complete this operation. Almost done, and once this is done, I don't have to go back. I'm at the last step of the wood prep, and here I'm making the bead and coves. On the bottom you'll see a cove, and on the top of the piece you'll see a bead. This forms the rails of the surfboard. The strip on the right side there is a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch piece, and that's called the chime log, and that's the starter strip. Here's the bits I used for the bead bit is for creating the bead, and then the cove bit creates the cove side, and as you can see it allows you to rotate it and join the wood together. Here's me with the first setup. This is making the bead bit, and it actually makes the bead on top of the piece. And then once this is done, I'm going to change out the bit to the cove bit and do the other side of the strip. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you tune in to the next part. Thanks, and have a great day.